Hey guys, welcome back. It's Shelby, and today we are doing a super wonderful craft and a slight departure from my normal DIYs. We're going to be making a wedding bouquet. So I have a few items to make this with, and we're going to start with the base, which is just the bouquet holder. I got this on sale at Michael's for like $3, and it's a tilted one. So they have ones that are up and down, and they have tilted ones. So basically you hold it like this, and it's for the Cascading bouquet. So that's what we're making today. We're kind of doing it on a budget because you guys know that's how I like to craft. And then also weddings are like really expensive, like really expensive. So if you're using this for your wedding bouquet and you're gonna DIY it and make it with flowers, like maybe having a budget friendly option would be ideal. So here we go with that. You guys know I have lots of florals hanging around. I did get a couple particularly for this craft, but also I just have a ridiculous amount of florals. So because this is going to be a hanging bouquet, I have two sets of pick greenery. So I have like this, which I don't know what it is, and this one, which I think is ivy. I'm honestly not sure. Most of the items here I got at Michael's craft store, but I will link whatever I can find down below that's close to it. And like I said, I got it all on sale. But these are like lovely like draping greenery, and so are these, and you can kind of spread them out a bit. So I thought they would be a good place to start. I also have like the normal stuff that I just have around my home. I've got Calla lilies, I've got tulips, I've got pink roses, I've got white roses. I know I have other roses too somewhere that I have to find. I have a whole box of flowers that I just like have around because I craft with them. But I'm going to put my flowers to use, and these I got special for this project, and this I got special for this project, and we're gonna make a really awesome bouquet, and we're gonna do it for cheap. So I'm gonna link everything I used down in the description below if you're looking to make yourself a wonderful budget-friendly wedding bouquet, or just snag some really awesome florals for yourself. And we're gonna get right into this craft. If you like the video, please let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos on my channel, and let's get going. Okay, so my flowers are all prepped. I have a multi-purpose tool because we are working with faux flowers, which means they have the wire inside, which actually I think is a benefit because then I'm not worried about floral wire and like messing with it and getting stabbed by it and then it showing in the end product. So wires inside, that's perfect, but you'll need to clip things. You need a multi-purpose tool. Also, benefit of working with faux flowers, if you get good ones that look realistic, they're not real, they don't die. You can make this months in advance and put it away and it will be good, just stress-free option. So definitely good for that. Get your multi-purpose tool out, and then we're going to start with our greenery. So I have two of these because I wasn't sure which one I want to use, and now that I'm looking at it, this one definitely wins. So I'm gonna put this one off screen. This one though, like, can you see that? It's got a bunch of small little branches going into this giant thing. This doesn't work. This is gonna cause me issues. So I'm just gonna cut them, that's fine, not a big deal. Let's just cut those out. Okay, so I'm gonna start off this craft by saying that I'm not a professional florist, nor do I make bouquets for a living. So if you are a professional florist, don't be throwing hate my way. I'm trying to help out the ladies that need a budget-friendly option and want to DIY their own bouquet. So I'm gonna stick this one under here where that hollow is. Can you see that? Just because if I start up here, I feel like you're gonna be able to see that. Like I want this covered. So I'm gonna start down here and just try and get it into the styrofoam, which is putting up more of a fight than I anticipated actually. I'm gonna use these because it's hurting my hand. There we go, it's starting to work. But I guess the good news is once they're in, they're not coming out. There we go, that's awesome. Like you guys aren't seeing the vision in the head that I'm seeing, but that's awesome because it comes down underneath, hides the hands, it's a lovely drape. This is gonna be great. So I'm going to add my greenery, my trailing greenery just down here. Got the stems I cut off. I'm probably gonna speed that up, but we're just gonna fill out the bottom of the bouquet first. I'm gonna work from the bottom up. Okay, so all of the green bottom draping, like dripping trellising leaves are on. They look really good. They hold it by themselves. I guess I should have done that when I wasn't talking. But you can see I just kind of attached them, can you see, in the base there? And then for some of the ones, they were too thick to push in, so I just used my multi-purpose tool to cut the plastic, strip them off the wire, so I had something thinner to go in. Some I actually pushed up between the plastic and the styrofoam and then bent them down. But basically just turn them into a shape that you find pleasing. I like this. I think this looks nice. Maybe I'll bend this one in a bit more. I'm gonna leave all those decisions until the end, until I see what I do. But at this point, I'm gonna clean up my station and then we're gonna move on to the top. I'm going to start with the Calla lily. And we're just gonna knock off the base of the stem. Just like that. And inside these is also little wires, and you can't tell, but you see that coming out? So these are nice and stiff and gonna hold their shape too. I'm basically done with this bottom layer here. I'm moving up into the styrofoam proper, and I wanna make sure to give all of my flowers room. I don't wanna like crunch them in there too much. So everything's gotta kind of have its own room and space in here. So I'm thinking I cut this too long. I don't want it too tight to this thing. I don't want it to look like a stingy little top. Like I want it to look like proper flowers coming out. So I left the stem a little bit long, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches. And that way it's not just like tight flowers to this. It's coming out a bit, which is what I want. There we go. Kind of bend that. A little bit like that. I like that. Just kind of dripping into the greenery. That looks nice. Go ahead and vary your stem length a little bit too. I'm still leaving length on here. Like I'm not abandoning that. Still a little bit of length, but not as much length. So the next one I put in, it's gonna sit up higher. There's no way for it to drip down as low as that one because the stem's not that high. So when you do that, you need to make sure it's going up towards the top here because that automatically gives it more length when you're holding it rather than down here. But really just do it in accordance to whatever vision you have in your head. There's no wrong way to do this, and you can restart. Like these things aren't that much money. I think full price, they said they were $7. The flowers are pretty cheap. Like it's not the end of the world if you mess up and you need to practice on 1 or 2. Just kind of make what you're feeling. Now we're gonna switch up to the tulip, which is looking so much better without its leaves. And for this one, I'm thinking, this one will leave pretty tight, so we're gonna put it up here. I've learned my lesson now, so I'm gonna clip the wire where I want the length, and then I'm going back in and stripping off some of the plastic just to make it a little bit simpler on myself, so we're gonna pull that off. I was just doing that to the ones I thought I needed to, but now I'm doing it for all of them. So we just have the tiny little wire in place to deal with. I'm gonna pop this in. Notice my stems aren't super close to each other. Like I said, give your flowers some room to breathe. It's just gonna look better. It's gonna look more realistic. And they're just gonna look a lot nicer and professionally done if it's not all squished in there. Like give them a little bit of space. So I'm gonna use one of these little pink roses. They're so cute. This is kind of the only color that I'm putting in the bouquet. It's mainly white and green, and then just a touch of this pink. I think they're beautiful. So I'm going to, they also come with like fake thorns on them, which is kind of a cute touch, but also like I dropped one on the floor and stepped on it and it hurt. So I kind of wish they didn't have those. But this one, I'm just gonna let trail down. The leaves are a bit much down here, so I'm gonna take that off. And we're just gonna start filling it out. So I think that I'm going to take this one off too, and then cut right here. There's a little notch in the plastic for me. Here we go. That is so much better, honestly. Like, go ahead and cut your plastic off, so it's just the wire. It sticks in so much better. Here we are, a little check-in halfway, and that's the front. You can see just what leaving the space with the flowers does. It creates this beautiful full effect, so it's not like concentrated tiny little bead of flowers up here. It's a big, beautiful, overflowing kind of cascade of flowers. That's what we're going for. Obviously, it's not there yet. It's pretty naked, but you can see it's getting there and it's looking fabulous. We do need to cover up all this white stuff in here. We're gonna do that later on. That's like the detail work at the end. So I used one of the larger roses to fill up the space here. There's a lot of greenery that's going to be coming through and filling up the space, but if you have a large gap, fill it in with a larger flower. But one thing that I like to do is push it back a bit, just a little bit, compared to the other flowers, because it's really big and it's peeking out, and if it's out too far it becomes like a focal point for the eye, and you don't want that. It's a space filler. It's not meant to be a focal point. Looking good. All right, checking in. From the front, hello, this is beautiful. I need to fill in a little bit here and then a lot on the back, but this is really, really beautiful. I'm super excited with the way it's turning out. Honestly, it's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be, but I do like it. Don't forget to add a few flowers facing backwards, because while most people will see the bouquet from this side, a few of them, including yourself, will see it from this side. So if you just have like 1 or 2 flowers facing backwards, they still look good from the front. It doesn't look like it's bad at all, but it gives the bouquet a 360 view that's really beautiful and elegant, rather than like a very one-way directional view. So just a couple peeking up, and then you see the tips. Calla lilies are great for this because they've got high impact from the front, and they just kind of fade into the greenery in the background from their back. All right, guys, big reveal time. It's beautiful, and I'm wearing the exact wrong color to be showing off a wedding bouquet. But look at this, just like, can you imagine? Gorgeous. I love it. This is exactly what I had envisioned in my head. I don't personally gravitate towards the super stylized teardrop ones with the really tight lines. Like, I like a little bit of the greenery escaping. Personally, I just think it looks a little bit more natural, but keeping the color pattern in the whites, creams, and blushes really makes it look cohesive and professionally done. I'm gonna give you a 360. So this is the back, the part that you're looking at. People will kind of like spy it over your shoulder, but the big drama's up front, obviously. 360 is there. That's the handle that you hold on to. You can decorate that if you want. And then the top view. So we didn't leave any angles out other than your hand. And if you wrap a handkerchief or something around that, perfect. Or you could bedazzle it, begem it up, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I think this is lovely. And all in all, I didn't use all of the flowers I bought, and I do have a lot of flowers at home. So I can't like 100% give you the price, but if you buy the stand for full price, I think it was $7. I did get it on sale, but like that, whatever. And then the greenery and stuff is anywhere between like $5 and $10, and you get like bunches of flowers and bunches of greenery. So I would say the whole thing, maybe less than 50 bucks. Like, it's hard looking at it because I just grabbed all my flowers and did it and didn't price it out first. But I mean, this is a beautiful bouquet that I'd be happy to walk down the aisle with. Like, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna do a close-up at the end because I always do. But this is absolutely stunning. And you know, I think $50 for a wedding bouquet, while it is a lot of money, is still super affordable and super cheap compared to literally everything else in the wedding industry. So I hope you guys like this. I hope maybe it was helpful for some of you brides who are looking to DIY an element of your wedding, or just make it a little bit more budget friendly. But yeah, I want to share because it was a project that I want to do, and I hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Look at that. Gorgeous. So beautiful. I think it looks really realistic. And honestly, like, who wouldn't love this? It's just beautiful. So, so pretty. And honestly, this is just perfect. This is a great, beautiful bouquet. Could not be more excited about it. Hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching.